welcome back to our podcast. Our podcast is a lot of like what you don't see behind the scenes, what women go through, the things that women have normally kept to ourselves, and now we're breaking that cycle. We're talking about our trauma, we're talking about our relationships, and we're sharing these things with you all. So we want to thank Casita Rosita for having us here today. This is the beautiful Airbnb that we're shooting at here today, owned by Cristal Cosmetics, or the owner of Cristal Cosmetics. So thank you so much for having us here today. Today's topic is living in your feminine energy. I think a lot of us as entrepreneurs, we step into our masculine energy a lot. We want to do a little bit less of that and live in our feminine energy. Not that masculine energy is bad, right? There's nothing wrong with masculine energy. But sometimes it's good to be in your feminine energy, right? What do y'all think?
Well, I think we should first talk about what the definitions of masculine and feminine energy, like what's the difference,
that.
Yes.
Right? Sure. Ingrid?
So I feel
Our energy.
So I feel being in your feminine basically means embracing qualities that embrace female energy, right? So nurturing, empathy, compassion, lots of like heart energy, heartfelt energy, basically. Okay. I think women are mainly run by, our hearts, our intuition. So yes, basically all of that, nurturing, empathy, compassion, love, surrender.
All the things guys are not.
All the things that we are not. Yeah, so I feel that it's very important to define, the qualities simply because, especially us boss women, we're always on the go, 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 go. We're always, some masculine energy qualities would be having direction, stepping into anything like fearlessly, always, going, moving forward, just like go, 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 go. And then the female is more like relaxed, more chill, more laid back. But I feel all of us have struggled with this a lot. And if you don't sit down and align it, then you might feel a little bit drained in some aspects of your life, so it's really, really important for us to define exactly what qualities we want to embrace and then take it from there.
I don't think a mix of masculine and feminine energy is bad. It's just knowing when to relax into your feminine energy and be confident that all of the things that you've laid out for yourself are going to work out. Now it's time to relax and let your blessings come to you.
Exactly. In the end, it's a matter of balance. So it's good to have both qualities in the end, but in a balanced manner. Now, this doesn't mean that it only applies to like female and men, right? It's not like gender based. It has nothing to do with that. It's just qualities that masculine have and feminine have. Like it's just a balance of flow of that energy that we should all have, or else you might feel drained in some aspect or area of your life.
Kind of like the yin and the yang, the black and the white, the hard and the soft.
So it flows.
And learning how to find that balance, it's a little tough.
Exactly.
Because I'm going through that right now. Yeah. One of my New Year's resolution was tap into my feminine side. I am about 80% masculine because I do, like you said, always on the go, go, go. Always doing everything myself, right? Now, and I've done pretty well this month, right? Yeah. Tapping into my feminine.
February or January?
January, last month.
We're only like day, 8?
Last month. So I'm tapping more. I'm more relaxed. I'm not doing everything myself. As a matter of fact, now I bump into the UPS guy and he's like, his New Year's resolution was to be more of a gentleman. And we were both walking. I had my hands full. He had his hands full. He's like, but I have my hands full. I said, well, guess what? My New Year's resolution is to be more feminine. So you're going to have to put those packages down and open the door. And he did. He did.
That's cute. Like, y'all were meant to like run into each other in that
100%,
moment.
Yeah.
That was like very much like fate.
Yes. And he brought up that first. I'm like, well, what a coincidence.
I think we all talked about this when we were in New York, how we wanted to be more feminine this year. I mean, I personally, I'm looking at you guys right now like all pink and I'm over here with like the military green, So I'm like, again.
No, but you're still feminine.
I'm wearing pink and I'm sitting like a man.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of realizing exactly what qualities you want to embrace. So
yeah.
Something that I want to cover real quick is a lot of women are stuck in their masculine energy because they've been in survival mode since they were kids, right? They had a hard upbringing. Maybe mom and dad weren't around. Maybe they went through something really traumatic. Maybe they were abandoned by their parents. And then they had to go into survival mode. And they just have not been able to get out of that survival mode, and they've not been able to relax into their feminine energy. And if that sounds like something you're going through, that's exactly what we're talking about, is like okay, I'm alive. I don't need to be in survival mode. I've worked hard. It's time to step back and relax into my feminine energy and not block my blessings. Because sometimes when we're in our masculine energy, we prevent things coming to us.
I feel the moment we start stepping into a feminine is the moment we begin to feel safe, right? Like when you begin to relax your nervous system. And like you say, if you're always in survival mode, you're always on the go. Like it's always like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next? And even the moment you begin or try to relax, your nervous system is still on the, it takes time, it takes patience, it takes a lot of work for you to like step back into your feminine.
So basically you're saying we need to have patience.
Patience, yes. Definitely a lot
so
of
1 month is
patience
not
with
enough
yourself.
for me, right? I'm not there yet.
I was
fail. At least a minimum of 21 days, like embracing some, like whatever it is that you want to embrace, whatever quality it is, so that your brain can like get into the habit of like, okay, this is already a new habit. I'm already doing this. I started, like, for example, me, I'm always like on the little bun and my yoga pants. So this year I started like dressing up a little bit more, doing my hair, wearing earrings, like rings, like more like little feminine things that I used to be this way, So then I look back and I'm like, when was the breaking point where I just, stopped doing all this for me, and it's super crazy because then you start losing your confidence, you start losing like your own like self-love, self-empowerment, where you just see yourself at this like this. I mean, I feel like I was in yoga pants for like the past 7-8 years, and it's not until now where I learned to relax, where I had to fix my life and order my life in a way where I'm not always on survival mode, Like, okay, I've learned to chill, I've learned to relax, I've learned to save money. Saving money also like helps me relax and be like, I feel safe and secure.
You don't have
for
to
some
spend.
reason. I just feel safe. I feel secure. But it's not only that. It's just a mixture of things, like you said, and just be patient with yourself.
I feel like you're saying allowing yourself to feel pretty, because I think as women, when we're running, it's like I don't have time for myself. It's that self-care,
right?
And so when you're in your feminine energy, you are in a self-care mode.
Yes, self-care
first, and then you come into the world.
Yes. So I feel like right now, if you're going through it, like you don't feel pretty or you don't feel confident, it's literally time for you to like sit down, realign your values and like, hey, I want to feel this way. I used to be this person. Like, where is this old me? I see like crazy 21-year-old Ingrid, like having fun, always being out, So life and situations just change you, sometimes. And then you have to like snap from it, like, hey, I'm ready. Like this year, like I've been working out, like I already lost the weight, I'm halfway towards my goal. I'm dressing up, I'm doing this. So it's just little changes and steps that are going to get you to feeling like your whole beautiful feminine self again.
Can I just say, I think Miley Cyrus has really stepped into her feminine energy. She looked freaking
yes, she
amazing.
did.
I didn't see her.
Yes, she
and
did.
powerful and
Really?
strong and beautiful. And she was like, wow.
I didn't see her.
Awesome. Yeah, I did. It was at the Grammys.
Yes.
I didn't get a chance to see it.
I only
but-
saw pictures, and she did look beautiful.
She did amazing. She said, this is the second time I sing this live. Because it's such an impactful song for her, from her trauma and everything else that she went through to come out of that. I think that was really, really powerful. Thank you, Miley.
Just to be clear, though, I do feel like you can be like feminine energy doesn't always have to be about physical appearance. You know what I mean? Like, I think that physical appearance, looking feminine and being in your feminine energy are two different things for me. So if looking feminine is not your thing, that doesn't mean you can't be in feminine energy. You know what I mean?
That's a very good point.
Yeah, I don't think it's just about appearance. Yeah,
Right.
for me, it helps me to dress up and look cute to be in my feminine energy. For other people, maybe their feminine energy has nothing to do with their physical appearance.
So what would be like your top 3 tips? Because you seem super like I need your tips. How?
Let's write those down.
So I went on a very spiritual journey a few years ago, probably 4 to 5 years ago. And so now I meditate, you know, I take a step back, I meditate. I try to meditate just for 5 minutes a day, right? Deep breaths. And I'm like, okay, I don't have to complete a million tasks today, right? Because that mindset puts you in your masculine energy. I don't have to do everything. I don't have to take charge in every aspect of my life. So meditating is very helpful for me. Doing the things that I love is very helpful for me. It helps me feel like in my for me, it actually does have to do with appearance. I love clothes. I love fashion. I love pink. I love anything girly. So surrounding myself with those colors and that energy really helps. And the last thing would probably be surround yourself with the right people. Because some people can sort of tip you into your masculine energy. You know what I mean? Victims,
Defense mode.
people who are constantly like victimizing themselves. Sometimes I'm like, well, I guess I need to like save you. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's not my job to save anybody. Like, it's your job to do your inner work, and it's my job to do my inner work. I will also say that being in the right relationship helps. My husband does not make me feel like I need to be in masculine energy. He, you know, helps me relax into my feminine energy. So if you're in a relationship, maybe that's a talk you need to have with your partner. That's an interesting topic, femininity and masculinity in relationships, because I feel like women take on masculine roles in relationships.
All my relationships, I've taken up the masculine role.
Why is that,
Really?
Magda? Why do you think that is?
I don't know. And I do it to myself because I catch myself. I'm the one that is the hustler. I'm the one that's on the go and thinking what's next. And all of a sudden, they seem to just mold to that. And okay, I'm passenger princess, right?
They're the passenger
I'm
princess,
passenger
not you.
princess.
Not me.
You need to be passenger
I need to
princess.
become. And that's one of the reasons why I made a lot of changes this past year was I'm tired of being in my masculine role. If I'm going to be in my next relationship, I'm going to be the feminine role, not the masculine role. Even if I'm going to stay single for a while.
Yeah.
Because anybody that comes through, I'm going to end up there if I settle. So I made all those changes recently, and I made a great decision.
Maybe it has something to do with like, I don't know about for you all, but when you all were young, maybe you had to start working early on to help pay the bills or support yourself. And from age like 15 or 16, you were already like, I got to hustle. I got to help my parents. I got to pay for my own deodorant and all this stuff, right? And then maybe that just carried on.
It could be. I started working at 14, and I've been a workaholic since then. I mean,
Well, I have to say that I like working.
Yeah,
Like,
I love
I'm
it too.
a workaholic,
Yes.
and I don't think that being a workaholic is a masculine energy. I think that being a workaholic, I'm very happy as a workaholic. I am,
Me too,
right?
me too.
I love it, and I like being the driver in the car. But I think the
Like literally?
masculine, yeah, I like being
like
the,
literally?
No,
Okay.
not driving a car. I like to be driven around.
Okay,
but
but
we were talking about
figuratively.
princess.
Okay.
We were talking about princess. What was it? Princess.
Passenger
Thank you.
Passenger
I don't mind having the person because I'd like to go and I don't like to ask questions and I just like to get it done. Right. Let me be in that. I'm happy in that flow.
Yeah.
Does that a little masculine? I think it can be, but I think the difference is that you allow yourself to get support and help.
yes.
Right.
That's exactly what I was gonna touch on right now. I'm a control freak, so I don't mind driving. I love driving. I always tell my
Literally?
husband, no, like literally, no, me like literally. I do enjoy driving. I always tell my husband, like, I think I was like a fast car racer in my past life, like. And I'm proud, and it's like I haven't gotten in a car crash until someone hit me, and I had to call Leah.
But you weren't in the car.
Call Leah.
Yeah, so that was my only. So I always tell him, like, I think I was a car driver. So I feel that I always want to have control. So one way that I've been stepping into my feminine is allowing him. Now you drive. You know, I started with that, like, now you drive. You know, like, I'm not going to drive, whether it's my car or not, like, you're going to drive, you know. So I'm allowing him to drive now. I don't have to drive him everywhere. But also, like, around the house, too, you know, like, before it's like, I don't need help with the dishes, for example, because I wouldn't like the way that he would, like, wash the dishes. So now I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to stress so much about how the dishes look and just let him do, you know, more and take control of, you know, more things that I can allow him to do. Because in the end, he's like, well, you do it all and you don't want me to do it because you know I don't do it right. So I'm like, so you know what?
Taking advantage of not doing
Yes,
it.
so now you're gonna do it.
I don't know how to iron because I don't like to
Yeah.
iron, right? So I just iron badly.
Yeah. So yeah.
I throw it in the
So
dryer.
it's a matter of also like spreading out your duties, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a husband with your husband, if you, I don't know, you have a roommate or your siblings, whatever it is, but losing that sense of control that I have to always be in control so that everything can flow the right way. I
Or
think
that you're
that's
the only
very
one who can do it
masculine.
perfect.
Yes. I'm also a perfectionist too. So
Yeah.
those are my little struggles. But also, I personally had to be in survival mode because I'm the oldest, and I feel like the older, you know, you are, the older sister always has like a lot of weight to carry with. But also, my dad was out of the picture. Not that he was back out of our lives, but the whole situation that happened with him with the visa and just like immigration stuff. So that was my point when I had to like step into extreme masculine, like not only, you know, supervise the house, my mom, like my siblings, you know, so I became that masculine figure for my entire family. So it wasn't until this year that I'm like, hey, it's back to me. Like now it's like, it's my turn.
Yeah.
You know.
Thank you for sharing that. I think that's going to be helpful for a lot of people who maybe also had to take on a masculine energy or masculine role at a very young age. But it's all about balance, like you said. I also love to be a boss and own businesses and have, you know what I mean, and be like a boss babe, but it's all about balance, okay? Like, yes, you can be a strong woman and run things really well, but you also know when to accept help. And you also know when to what is the word? Delegate.
Yes.
Delegate things to
Yes.
people
Delegate.
and let them, and you don't have to be a control freak. Let them, you know, do what
Figure
they
it
can.
out and let
Yes.
them grow and flourish by making their
Yes.
mistakes.
Micromanaging. Nobody likes a micromanager.
And that's where I'm at right now too. I'm just letting things
Flow.
flow.
So we're all together in that we are going to step into more of our feminine energy this year while still maintaining our entrepreneurial spirit, because you can be feminine and be entrepreneurial, and just accepting help, asking for help, and being more in our feminine energy.
I love that.
Let's see where we're at in 6 months.
We'll touch base.
We'll have this conversation again.
So we hope that you all enjoyed this conversation. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments and we'll get back to you. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.